Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new, welcome. So as you see, we have the towel on my head, which means you guys are going to see my full in-depth curly hair routine. So you're going to see the products I use in the shower and my styling products as well. Alright, so in the shower, I go in with the Redken shampoo and conditioner. For my hair in particular, I feel like I'm prone to more of like breakage and split ends, so I have been obsessed with these two products here. The next product I use is this deep conditioner by Bounce Curl. If you didn't know, I'm also affiliated with them, so you can use my code AmoriRodriguez10 to save yourself some money literally for any Bounce Curl products. So this is the shower lineup. Also, every 2 weeks, I use a clarifying shampoo just to remove buildup. If you guys don't do that, honestly, I recommend you do. So I use this clarifying shampoo from Function of Beauty. Like I said, literally every 2 weeks, or you guys can do it once a month. Just if your hair feels like waxy, flaky, I would recommend using this. All right, now let's get into the product lineup and every single tool that you're gonna need for this curly hair routine. First two things, you're gonna need your brushes. So I use this detangle brush, and then I use this define brush by Bounce Curl as well. Then you're gonna need 2 scrunchies, and I also use hair clips too if needed. Last tool, you're gonna need a spray bottle as well. So let's get into all of the products. Also, so the order that I show you guys the products is the same exact order that I do applying it in my hair. So the first product we're gonna use is the Kinky Curl Not Today Leave-In Conditioner. Honestly, the way this hydrates my hair, makes my hair feels, I don't want to use any other leave-in conditioner other than this one. Next, we're going to use the Aussie Curl Mousse. I use level 3. It says like Stronghold at the bottom here. For me, I personally like Stronghold products. I know some people like softer holds. Me, I love Stronghold. Next, for the gel, I use the Extreme Leave-In Gel. This gel has been a staple with me for years. I don't see myself changing. I've tried other gels. No other gel hits the way this one does. Last product I use is going to be the Rosemary Mint Hair Oil by Maelle. Honestly, I love using this product. Smells so good and it works amazing with my hair. So yeah. All right, let's remove this towel just to see what we're working with today. Okay. Honestly, I wish like this is what my hair looked like every single day, but I know like without product, once it gets fully dry, like my hair is just, it's gonna be a hassle, and I'm gonna end up putting it back into like a bun or something. So yeah. All right, you guys, my hair quite literally expanded within the 5 minutes that like I stepped away. So what I do is just part my hair down the middle because we're gonna work in sections now. Also, my hair dries so fast. I have low hair porosity. I also have a 3C4A. I feel like a lot of people are always like, no, she has whatever type hair. And no, it's 3C4A. I promise you I know my hair type. Thanks. But what I do is I just wrap one side of my head up because I work one side at a time, if that makes sense. Well, you'll see as we go through the video. And then literally just get that out of here. And then this will be the first side I'm working with. So what I do is I go to the back, well, the bottom half of my head, and then I separate my hair from the first section. So your section should be like right before like the top of your ear, and it'll look like this. And then what I'm gonna do is just do the same thing, put this section away. So the first thing I do, because my hair dries super fast, is I'm gonna re-wet the section of my hair. So we're just gonna go in my spray bottle, wet it till it's dripping wet. All right, so now that I re-wet that section of my hair, we're gonna go in with the leave-in conditioner. And honestly, I do about that much. And then I rake it throughout my whole entire head. Oh my gosh, this leave-in conditioner smells so good. All right, so now that I raked it throughout my whole entire hair, I go on top of it with the Aussie Curl Mousse. All right, so I just do literally that much. Same thing, I'm gonna rake this through my whole entire head. I'm gonna rake it through my whole entire head. All right, and now once the product is in, I'm gonna detangle my hair. So I just go like that. Work from the bottom up, not the top down because you will rip out your hair if it is tangled. And then this is also good just by making sure that all the product is evenly distributed throughout your hair. All right, so your hair should look like this. So your hair should look like this. What I'm gonna do now is get a handful of the gel and I'm gonna smear it in my hair and not scrunch it. Do not scrunch it. So I get about this much. So I feel like you guys are probably wondering like why I smear it. It's because I feel like each individual curl is held so much better than scrunching it. And I feel like my hair porosity is different than like high or medium. So I feel like this is what works best with my hair. So your hair should look like this. If you need a little bit more product, feel free to add. I honestly do a little bit at a time and then I add more as I see fit because you can always add more and not take it away. So this is what my hair looks like. As you can see, the curls are starting to form. So we're just gonna define it with the bounce curl brush. You can see my hair is already like sectioning off. So I think the brush, it works better with my hair if I work in smaller sections. So that's what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm still new to this because I used to use a Denman brush for so long. So we're gonna go in like that and then like do we see that coil? Then I'm just gonna repeat this throughout the whole entire section of my hair. All right, you guys, so this is what your hair section should look like after you're done defining it. What I'm gonna do next is repeat the same exact step on this bottom half of my head. You guys, tell me why as I'm working through this section, I forgot to apply oil in my hair in my own curly hair routine. So backtrack. What you're gonna do after you smear the gel in, you're going to put oil in your hand and seal the gel with the oil. So like literally put the whole oil in your hand and then rake it in like that. And then that's when you're gonna go and define. I honestly don't even know why I forgot to put the oil in, but so this is what it should look like once you're done with the bottom half of your head. And now we're gonna move to the middle section of my head. So we're gonna start on this side. And what I like to do is section it. I say right where like my baby hairs start, I just section that apart and separate it from the crown of my head. Okay, once I section that, now I'm just gonna tie off the hair that I'm not using and get that out of the way. And now this part is a little bit different than other curly hair routines because I break this part in half. So I'm gonna go in with my finger and just separate the two parts of my hair. And then I'm gonna work with this section and then go with this section. So while we're not working with it, what we're gonna do is clip it off to the side. So my hair is so thick I can't get the clip in. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna wet my hair, put the leave-in, mousse, gel, oil. When I post my videos like define my curls with me, everybody in the comments is like, I don't know how you can do your hair for that long. Like for me, this is really relaxing. Like I don't know, just like taking care of my hair, it just feels like I'm so like put together. One thing I think is so amazing with curly hair is just how it's so like transformable, because you guys saw at the beginning of the video just how my hair was humongous and now like I'm starting to get like ringlets. I honestly think that that is just so amazing. And I also feel like so many people argue as well like what my hair type is because of that. I'm just going off of like what my hair is styled, which is why I say it's 3C 4A. The sections it's already styled, I just let it air dry. Also, one thing about my routine, I don't diffuse, I don't put any heat in my hair. It's just a personal preference, so I just let it start drying. And now we're done with the section of the hair, then we're gonna work with this one. Also, look at this coil. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but the curls are curling. Done working with this side of my head, we're gonna repeat the same exact step for this side. So same thing, you're just gonna section it off. and then put away the hair you are not working with, and then section this into 2 parts. And we're going to repeat the same exact step for this section of my hair. All right, you guys, so now we're going to work with the top part of my hair. What I like to do is break this section in half. And I feel like you guys are probably wondering why I do so many sections. That's because doing this makes my hair last over a week. Like, I don't need a refresh. The curls are casted. My hair, it lasts so long. So doing this method works. And what is that saying? Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna break this off and then section those 2 parts of my hair and style them. All right, you guys, now we're at the top of my hair, and what I'm gonna do is work from the back of my hair forward. What I like is a no middle part look. That way, if my hair is like to the side, it won't be like, it won't look forced, it'll look more natural. All right, so what I do is break this section into 4 sections, working from the back to the front. So we're just gonna divide this up. So this will be section number 1. And then we're gonna put the rest of my hair away. We're gonna style it the exact same way, but I'm just gonna show you how I flip it back so that I don't have a middle part. It's so weird how I do this section because I do everything in an upward motion. Like, this looks insane, but trust me, it's gonna eat. So go upward, and it's important to just keep everything together so that there's no middle part, and then just detangle it. After you're done detangling it, once you put the gel in and define it, you're still gonna do the same exact forward motion. All right, so now that I'm done defining this part of my hair, I'm just going to flip it back. And now you're gonna notice that my hair, it has like a bump. I like it because it's more voluminous and the hair isn't stuck to my head. And then this is what it should look like here. Now we're gonna move on to section 2 out of 4. Now what I'm gonna do is break this right towards like the middle of my hair. And this is what it should look like here. And then, you know, same thing as usual, put away the hair that you are not using. And you're gonna repeat that same exact step of styling it upward and then just flipping it back. Now we are done with this section of my hair, so we flip it back and just set it into place. And then we're gonna move on to the final 2 sections. I'm gonna separate my hair from my bangs to my actual hair. All right, so now we're just gonna separate and it should look like this. Now you're gonna put this section back and you're gonna work with your bangs first, and then you're gonna put this second section of your hair on top. So when it's dried, it should look like this. So it should have 2 going back, 2 going to the front. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. All right, you guys, so this is what your hair should look like when you're done styling. What I do is just take all of my hair and I flip it back. Now, like I said earlier in my curly hair routine, I don't diffuse. I just let it air dry as a personal preference. So it only takes a couple hours to dry. So I'm going to show you what it's going to look like tomorrow when it's fully dried. And this is what the back of my hair also looks like. Okay, so it's the next day. This is what my hair looks like. I will say it's about 90% dried. It's just the top of my hair is a little bit damp, but that's gonna dry in like 30 minutes, so I'm not even worried about it. So my key points for my curly hair routine is definition. Honestly, that's pretty much it. It's just because volume comes naturally for me as the week goes on. So as far as like breaking the gel cast, I don't do anything about that because by tomorrow, the cast is gonna be gone and my hair is gonna be a lot bigger. So if you guys are to do my curly hair routine, please tag me in any posts or videos just so I can see what your hair looks like and just how you guys like my routine. Also, please leave any comments down below just as to what I should post. I'm gonna try to figure out a routine as to like when I should post next. So hopefully I figure that out soon. Bye guys.